everybody, it's Jeff from New York, and today we are on 42nd Street and Park Avenue. We're going to visit Grand Central Terminal, also known as GTC, also incorrectly known as Grand Central Station, or simply Grand Central. There is the beautiful Chrysler building in the background here on 42nd Street, just a block away. Grand Central is the third busiest train station in North America after the New York Penn Station, which is a video coming up here on the New York channel, and the Toronto Union Station, which will probably be a little while before you see that one on this channel. This beautiful building is a little over 100 years old now. And we're going to enter Grand Central on the 42nd Street main entrance. Hey buddy, do you know where I can find a cab? Not sure if you noticed a sign on the door, but the Grand Central Terminal is open from 5:30 a.m. to 2 a.m., which means it's closed for 3.5 hours every day, probably for cleaning and maintenance. Don't forget to look for Cabby, who always makes a cameo appearance in all my 4K videos. Sometimes he's easy to spot, other times not so much. Be the first to comment on the timestamp where Cabby is, and I'll give you a shout out on my next video. First thing you notice when you walk in through the 42nd Street main entrance is Vanderbilt Hall, which used to be a huge waiting room with loads and loads of benches for people to wait for their trains or to wait for people coming on a train. The benches were removed several decades ago, and on the left-hand side here we have a food court and a bar. And in a moment we're going to turn around and you'll see on the right-hand side of Vanderbilt Hall is a huge open area. This open area is used for private events as well as public functions. In 2018, Paul McCartney held an impromptu 2-hour concert here which drew huge crowds, as you can imagine. That video is actually available on YouTube if you're a Paul McCartney fan. Just do a search for Paul McCartney Grand Central and you'll find it. And now we're going to check out the beautiful and famous, I might add, main concourse of Grand Central Terminal. This area is a huge meeting area for native New Yorkers. Usually if you're hooking up with friends or you're meeting someone that's commuting, you always tell them that you're going to hang around the information booth in the main concourse, and great way to find someone quickly here in this huge building. There's actually two main levels here, one for local tracks and one for interstate tracks. There's also lots of shopping in here as well as restaurants, and great place to stop off if you are a commuter to pick up stuff for dinner or whatever your plans are. There's always something you can pick up here and go along your way. The clock above the information station is almost as well known as this building itself. It was only stopped once in the 50s because it was running 2 minutes behind every 24 hours. So they stopped it, and now it's actually computerized, so it's accurate within a billionth of a second or something like that every year. I don't know, but it's crazy accurate. The clock is actually gold, and the four faces of it are solid pieces of opal. Sotheby's values this clock between $10 and $20 million. And here's the State Police Canine Unit keeping everyone safe here at Grand Central Terminal. She looks so cute and friendly, I just want to pet her. You know, that dog's pretty good looking too. And here is the famous track 29 mentioned in the Glenn Miller song Chattanooga, Choo. However, the lyrics mention Pennsylvania Station in that song, and that's several blocks away from here, so I'm not sure if they were talking about this track 29 or that one in Penn Station, but today we're here, so we're going to say it's this one. Grand Central has 44 platforms with 67 tracks. The tracks are on 2 levels, 41 tracks on the upper level and 26 tracks on the lower level. You'll see signs for tracks like 100 through 110, although they only go up to 67 here, so they just number them that way. I don't know why. One thing I always notice when I'm in this building is that there is absolutely no place to sit down. You know, when I need to swap out some camera equipment or a battery or something, I cannot sit. I have to do it standing up. And it's funny because a couple decades ago, this place was nothing but seats. This area we're heading towards is the Biltmore waiting area, but again, no seats, so it's not really a waiting area anymore. It's called the Biltmore waiting area because the Biltmore Hotel is directly above us. As you can see, it says tracks 100 to 117, but again, there's only 60-something tracks in this entire building. It also says dining courses downstairs, which is where we're going to head in a little while. Upstairs is more of a shopping experience, and there's some restaurants up here, however. Michael Jordan, as a matter of fact, has a steakhouse up here. But downstairs is more of a eating place. Up here is more of a shopping area. This is Zarro's Bakery, a local bakery in the New York City area. They also have a area in the Grand Central Market, which we're going to visit. It's one of my favorite places to shop for food in this area. If you want some bread, just holla! If you notice off to the sides, there are on each side 4 chandeliers for a total of 8 on the sides of this building, hanging from the ceiling. They lower to be cleaned when they need to be cleaned. And each one weighs 2,500 pounds. That's well over a ton. Each one has 132 bulbs, and they're surrounded by beautiful carved oak leaves. And while we're looking up, although we're not really looking up, but you'll notice later when I show you the ceiling, everyone thought the ceiling in this building was brown for decades, until recently when it was renovated. Turns out the ceiling wasn't brown at all. That was tar and nicotine from decades and decades of smoking in this building. Once all that tar and nicotine was removed during the process, a beautiful ceiling that shows constellations of the stars showed up underneath it. And I'll get you a better shot of that when we head up to the mezzanine level. The renovation crew actually decided to leave a small patch of the nicotine-laden brown area somewhere on this ceiling. It's a small patch, very hard to find. It's kind of like a game for people down on the ground floor. I'll leave it up to Wise Malik, one of my subscribers here on the New York channel. He's very good at finding hidden things. Good luck with that one, buddy. Right now we actually are on the mezzanine level, and as you turn around, lo and behold, whoa, an Apple store. That just pops up out of nowhere. I used to be an Apple person with my Mac computers and iPhones, but since then I've gone back to Windows platform and Android phones. What about you guys? Which do you prefer? Leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. When you do, you're automatically enrolled in the next $50 gift card giveaway here on the New York channel. I said in my last video, and I'll probably say it in my next one, that I wanted to congratulate I Explore Louisiana, who won the last $50 Amazon gift card giveaway. I'm only mentioning it several times because everyone keeps asking me, who won? Who won? Well, I Explore Louisiana won, and he has a great channel, so if you get a chance here on YouTube, check out I Explore Louisiana. It's a pretty cool channel. This end of Grand Central is a lot of shopping. Of course, I can't go home without the wine. Hey, shut your pie holes. I'm on the phone here. That's better. Sorry, Jimmy, I'm in Grand Central and there's a lot of inconsiderate people here. Put 1,000 on the 6th on Lucky Me to show. All kidding aside, that was really good and unexpected, by the way, and I'm sure the ceiling and the shapes of this building and these hallways really help with the acoustics. Hudson News, they're everywhere in the New York metropolitan area. It's a newsstand, candy stand, drinks, newspapers, whatever, snacks. You find them on street corners, anywhere there's a bus terminal, a train terminal, a airport. Hudson News is everywhere around here. So no matter how you're commuting, always check out Hudson News. They have everything you need at prices that are incredibly high. And we're just walking down these corridors to show you exactly how many shops there are here at Grand Central Terminal. Building is huge, like I said, and this is the shopping level. Downstairs is more of a fast food eating level, which we're going to check out in a little bit. But just to let you know, this building is actually sitting on 48 acres of prime real estate in Midtown Manhattan. And here we have a nice chocolate shop, but wait, the best is yet to come. Grand Central Market right around the corner. And now we're going to check out Grand Central Market. I like this place a lot. It's a bunch of different vendors, mostly food, but there's also flowers in here as well and some gifty type things. Like I said, I like this place a lot. I think you will too. First thing on the left here is Bien Cuit, a nice place that offers baked goods. Here we have teas and spices from around the world. A lot of these vendors I've seen in Chelsea Market as well. I have that video up on this channel. Check it out. And of course, next to the teas, we're going to have coffees from around the world. Some gourmet candies. The smells in this market change every 5 or 6 feet, and that's a good thing. The smells are just incredible. This place offers up all kinds of prepared food, so if you're rushing on your way home and you don't have time to cook, you just pick out your entree, your sides, your bread, your desserts. They'll pack it all up for you, brown bag it, and you just take it home and pop it in the oven to heat it up. And here we have a fishmonger, all kinds of fresh fish and shellfish. You can either buy it already prepared, so you just have to reheat it, or you can buy it raw and cook it when you get home. Look in the corner here, those shrimp are on steroids. Some nice fresh fruit and vegetables. You can either buy them whole or already chopped up, or you can have them juiced. All different kinds of sauces, oils, and vinegars. And of course, cheeses, my biggest downfall. I think I could live on bread and cheese alone. Well, of course, I'd need some wine to wash it down. And of course, deli meats from all around the world. They'll slice it for you here so you can bring it home and create a masterpiece, or they'll make a sandwich for you right here at the shop. Some more cheeses from all around the world. If you want to try a piece, I'm sure they'll oblige and let you have a little tasting before you purchase it. But just a heads up, after your 20th tasting, they're going to catch on to your game. Olives, pastas, pizzas, you're going to find everything in this joint. Here we have all kinds of sliced cheeses and meats to make a charcuterie board if you're going to entertain tonight. And of course, this place wouldn't be complete without a good butcher, and these meats look fantastic, and I'm sure they're quite pricey. And yet more cheese. And here we have another place selling produce. It all looks so good. I've always said, and I'm sure my regular subscribers know this, that I've always said New York City has the greatest produce and fresh cut flowers in the world. And lo and behold, speaking of fresh cut flowers, you might as well pick some up if you're making a really nice dinner like this. And pick up some candles and a bottle of wine too. Make it a really good dinner. Here's some goods from Zabar's. I did a video on Zabar's on the Upper West Side. Check that one out. Some gifty type things. And of course, sushi. I really like sushi, but I only buy it in certain places. And that's it for the Central Market. A little of everything here, and it's hard to believe you're in the middle of a train station. And now we're going to go downstairs to the dining concourse, which is, I guess, fancy for a food court. So no matter what kind of food you're in the mood for, you're pretty much going to find it down here. This Central Market that we're coming upon used to serve steak sandwiches. They were incredible steak sandwiches. They carved the steak right in front of you. The chirping chicken. This place is also new. I don't know, if I ordered chicken, I don't think I'd want to hear it chirping.
Must be attended at all times. Any items left unattended will be removed by and subject to search by the MTA police. Thank you for your cooperation.
Ita Pita and Yawk. Looks like a Shake Shack's about to open here in Grand Central Terminal behind these black curtains. I've been to lots of Shake Shacks, including Las Vegas, and you'll see them here and there throughout my videos on this channel. Good burgers and fries. I believe where the Shake Shack is going in used to be a Junior's cheesecake store, so I'm not sure what happened here because they're a very successful cheesecake place. They originated in Brooklyn and they pretty much became nationwide. You even find them on QVC now. Really good cheesecakes. Not sure why they left here, but, well, I guess Shake Shack's going to be a welcomed addition. Some dessert stands and gelato places. Here's another Zarro stand. They make a really good bagel with lox. If that's your thing, this is the place to come. The shoe shine is pretty busy during the week, not so much today on a Sunday, but New Yorkers love their shoes, and I believe they're pretty much the first ones who used to wear sneakers to and from work and then change their shoes to dress shoes once they got to work. Pretty much every city in the country does that now, or pretty much around the world. But I'm pretty sure the New Yorkers started it somewhere in the 70s and 80s. And on the right we have another somewhat smaller Hudson newsstand. In a lot of my videos, I take you guys to museums and a lot of gift shops, and well, for the most part, a lot of them have the same merchandise. But this one, the New York Transit Museum, is truly unique with unique merchandise. Anything to do with trains, planes, buses, and automobiles, you'll find it here. I love these Subway t-shirts, and I own quite a few of them. Here we have some Subway socks and ties. Some Subway Christmas balls on the walls back there, and I have a few of those. And in the middle of it all, a really fantastic model railway, which is kind of modeling itself after the Grand Central Terminal area, but very loosely at that. And right there in the middle, you see Grand Central Terminal. And there you have it, Grand Central Terminal. It's like a city unto itself. It's about 48 acres. And across the street here we have Pershing Square, which is a great place to catch a bite if you're commuting. But why would you do that with that Grand Central Market, that fantastic market inside? I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, comment, ask some questions, and most importantly, subscribe by clicking on the button on the left. You can visit all of my New York videos by clicking on the top right, or check out my videos on other favorite places to visit by clicking on the bottom right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around the city.